right, strap yourselves in, because we're diving deep into Mike's Waffen Facts Season 3.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah, Season 4 is right around the corner. And after the crazy ride that was Season 3,
Yeah.
you know, fans want to be ready.
They want to be prepared. Yeah.
We've got all the sources right here, ready to unpack every twist and turn. And of course, the big disappearance that left everybody hanging.
It's amazing how Season 3, started off pretty normal, light even, but then just got darker and darker. The humor's still there, but underneath it all, it's like unsettling, something's not right.
So like a change in tone.
Right.
Where do we see that?
So if you go back to Episode 3, two handgun harmonists.
Right.
It's a fun episode on the surface, that barbershop quartet thing they had going on.
Yeah.
But there are these hints, these little moments that make you wonder if Mike's starting to lose it.
Like when he gets frustrated with the weapons, or how he talks about the world. Like he's seeing enemies everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's subtle, but it's definitely there.
Right.
And then, of course, Episode 3. 3, E400. Machetin Facts.
Oh, yeah.
That's when things really go off the rails.
Big time.
That leaked DVD rip of the 400th episode that never even aired.
Yeah.
That changes everything.
Oh, yeah. Episode 400.
Huge.
That's where it gets wild.
Totally.
We meet Herr Swarton. All mysterious with those crates. Nobody knows what's in.
Yeah, unmarked.
Then there's Gasbold and that insane stunt he pulls with the spy satellite.
Insane.
But it's Mike's Machetin Facts meltdown that really sticks with you.
Absolutely.
Like watching a train wreck in slow motion.
Yeah, it's like each thing by itself is weird, but all together, it's just this disturbing picture of a guy completely losing control.
So is that what we're seeing? Like a descent into madness?
Maybe. Mike was always into conspiracy theories. That idea that there are these forces controlling everything we just can't see.
Yeah.
And as Season 3 goes on, it's like those conspiracies, they just take over.
And this is all before he disappears, right?
Right.
So are these episodes like clues to his disappearance?
That's the question, isn't it?
It's like the setup for a mystery that's still unfolding.
Yeah.
And speaking of mysteries, we can't forget about Doza Crew.
Oh, Doza Crew.
That German hip-hop group, their track, Worry Wow Was, it showed up online around the time Mike vanished. And it has the same themes of paranoia and inner struggle that we see in Mike.
It's almost like their music is a reflection of what's happening to Mike, or even a commentary on it.
Right.
Their lyrics, they're often about the dark side of technology, that feeling of being trapped in a system you can't escape.
And that connection you're talking about, it gets even stronger in episode 525, E525, Buy Some Black Metal.
Oh, yeah.
That's when we see Doza Crew logbook number 494 for the first time. This leather-bound journal full of these crazy entries about space crews and running into strange beings.
Strange beings, right?
There's that one about a disease on a planet called Regulus 5, caused by something called graft paste.
Yeah.
Sounds like a sci-fi horror movie.
Total sci-fi horror.
And the thing is, Mike's reaction to this logbook, he's almost scared of it.
Right.
Dismissive.
It's weird because he's usually into that kind of dark stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Rickard's reaction is even weirder.
Oh, tell me about it.
Usually he's so calm and collected.
Right. Unflappable.
But suddenly he's terrified of this space logbook.
Yeah, like they both know something we don't. Something about that logbook.
And you know what else is interesting in this episode?
What's that?
There's a shift in the power dynamic.
Oh, how so?
We see Romanka,
the
usually quiet sound engineer.
Right.
He's actually defending his love of black metal music. And Mike backs down. Yeah, it's a small moment, but it's like a sign of what's to come.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, Romanka eventually leaving and then everything going crazy.
You're right. That leads us right into episode 563, E563, Stell and such. And Romanka's last recording of Mike's Waffen Facts.
Yeah.
This is where their partnership really falls apart.
Yeah, Mike's behavior is out of control.
Totally.
The demands he's making on Romanka, it all builds up to this dramatic exit.
It's a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
Remember Mike asks Romanka to get his socks ready to be shipped?
Oh, yeah.
Basically treating him like an errand boy, not a partner.
Wow.
That's Romanka's breaking point.
He does not hold back.
Nope.
He calls Mike out, tells him he's there for the sound, not to help with whatever shady stuff Mike's got going on.
Wow.
And then he just walks out.
Yeah.
Drops the mic and leaves Mike standing there, speechless.
Intense.
It's the end of an era. Romanka was the voice of reason.
Right.
Keeping Mike grounded.
Yeah.
But now he's gone, and someone new takes his place. Someone mysterious. Kyrem, the new sound engineer.
Oh, wow. Talk about a cliffhanger.
Right. We're left wondering, who is this Kyrem?
Yeah.
Where did he come from?
Right.
What does this mean for Mike's Waffen facts?
And the timing of his arrival, it's right after Romanka leaves, when Mike's acting stranger than ever.
Yeah.
And Dozakru's presence is growing.
It's all connected somehow, but we don't know how or why.
It's a mystery.
A mystery. We'll see where this rabbit hole leads us in part 2.
Can't wait.
I have a feeling things are going to get even weirder.
I'm sure they are. Welcome back to the deep dive we're taking into Mike's Waffen Facts, Season 3.
It feels like we've gone through the looking glass, you know, like into a whole new world.
I know what you mean.
Where the line between reality and something much stranger is starting to get blurry.
Yeah, and that blurring is definitely amplified by Dozakru's music, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's woven into the fabric of the show now.
Right, like in episode 306, Heider bis Wolking.
Yeah.
Dozakru releases their album Digital Whole, and it's full of these images and themes that reflect what's happening on Mike's Waffen Facts.
Right, like the title track, Heider bis Wolking.
Yeah.
It means sunny to cloudy in German.
Yeah.
Kind of ironic considering how dark the song is.
It is pretty dark.
Yeah, it really taps into those anxieties we all have about technology, you know?
Yeah.
And then there's that recurring character in Dozakru's music, the Klotman.
The Klotman. It's like a modern-day boogeyman for the internet age, you know?
Yeah, a symbol of everything that's chaotic and unpredictable online. And it's not just the Klotman.
Right.
They've got all these unsettling figures and concepts in their music, like the Sandman, the Trumtan, the digital hellscape. It's like they're creating this whole mythology around the internet.
Yeah.
Fascinating and terrifying at the same time.
It really does feel like we're seeing Mike's own worldview reflected in Dozakru's music.
Right, like his obsession with conspiracies and hidden truths, it's all amplified through their sound.
It's like Mike's trying to communicate something through this music.
Yeah, maybe something about the dangers he's uncovering.
Yeah.
But he's doing it in a way that's coded symbolic, like a warning disguised as art.
So we've got this creepy mythology, a missing podcaster, a new sound engineer who appears out of nowhere.
Right.
And Dozakru's music lurking in the background. What happens next?
Well, in episode 307, E563, Stellan just such, we see the fallout from Romanka leaving. Mike's desperate for a replacement, and Rickard is getting more and more disillusioned with the whole thing.
And there are those snippets of Dozakru's music in the background, you know?
Yeah.
Almost like a ghost, just adding to the tension.
The music is definitely used intentionally, you know? It's not just background noise. It emphasizes how unsettling everything is.
And remember that weird job posting Mike reads at the end of the episode?
Oh, yeah. Podcast Housemeister.
Yeah, it's like he's looking for more than just a sound engineer.
Right.
Someone who can handle this bizarre world he's created.
Exactly, and that's where Kyrem comes in.
Right.
He's not just a replacement for Romanka, he's an upgrade. Someone who's totally comfortable with the chaos, the darkness, all of it.
It's like Mike invited a fox into the hen house, but why?
Yeah, what's his plan?
That's the question that hangs over the rest of the season.
It really does.
Is Kyrem a friend or an enemy?
Right.
Is he helping Mike or manipulating him, you know, pushing him further down the rabbit hole?
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
The suspense is killing me. What happens in episode 308? Do we get any answers?
Episode 308 is titled Wehalborum.
What does that even mean?
It means why in German.
Oh, okay.
It's focused on Dozakru's 40th album, DZCRW, and specifically the track Wehalborum.
Right.
This track features the return of Kim, Dozakru's vocalist.
Kim's back.
Back after 35 albums.
Wow, that's huge for Dozakru fans.
Yeah.
What does it mean for Mike's Waffen Facts, though?
Well, Wehalborum is a super intense track. Musically, it's all over the place. You know, keeps you guessing. But it's Kim's vocals that are really haunting.
Really?
Yeah, like they're channeling something ancient and powerful and really unsettling.
So it adds another layer to the mystery.
Definitely.
Because now we have to figure out what's Kim's connection to Mike and Kyrem in this whole weird story.
Absolutely. And the lyrics in Wehalborum hint at a connection to Mike's Waffen Facts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's this one line, I am splintered, shattered, a reflection of a broken world.
Wow.
It could be about Mike's mental state, you know?
Uh-huh.
Or even about the world he's trying to expose.
It's like Dozakru is leaving clues for us to follow.
Yeah, daring us to figure it all out.
And that's what makes season 3 so captivating, right?
Yeah.
It's a big puzzle box.
Totally.
And every episode, every track, every lyric gets us closer to the truth. But that truth just keeps getting weirder.
And more unsettling.
It does feel like a descent into madness, both for Mike and for us trying to make sense of it all. So what happens next? Do we ever find out what happened to Mike?
That's what we'll explore in Part 3, the final episodes of Season 3, the mystery of Kairam, and the truth about that logbook entry on Regulus 5.
Okay, we're going deep into the digital darkness then.
That's right.
Okay, we're back and ready to finish our deep dive into Mike's Waffen Facts Season 3. Things have gotten pretty strange.
To say the least, right.
A missing podcaster, a mysterious sound engineer, a German hip-hop group dropping cryptic clues like it's nothing.
It's like we've fallen down the rabbit hole and landed in this world where up is down and left is right.
And the further we go, the weirder it gets.
The truth always gets stranger the closer you get.
So let's pick up where we left off, Episode 309, Kairam. It focuses on this enigmatic new sound engineer.
Right, we still don't know anything about him, his background, his motivations.
It's like he just appeared out of thin air.
That sudden appearance right after Romanka leaves, it's definitely suspicious.
Right, but what's even more interesting is how Kairam operates.
What do you mean?
It's like he's a ghost.
Yeah.
You know, a shadow lurking in the background.
Yeah.
We hardly ever hear him speak.
True, but you can feel his presence in those final episodes.
Exactly. And then there's those weird audio glitches that start popping up after he arrives.
Oh, yeah, those distorted whispers, the feedback loops.
It's like the sound itself is bending and warping reality.
What do you think those glitches mean?
I think they're intentional. You know, like Kairam is trying to communicate.
Send a message?
Yeah, but in a language that's hard to decipher.
Coded messages?
So we've got these coded messages, a missing podcaster, and a German hip-hop group whose music is like a soundtrack to this whole thing.
It's a lot to unpack.
How do we even begin to put the pieces together?
To figure it out, I think we have to look at the connection between Kairam Mendoza crew and that logbook entry about Regulus 5.
Regulus 5, the planet with the disease that turns people into monsters.
Graft paste.
Right, it sounded terrifying, but what does it have to do with Mike and Kairam?
I think graft paste might be a metaphor.
A metaphor for what?
For something that's spreading, infecting, transforming everything it touches.
Like a virus.
Exactly, and that virus could be connected to information, the very fabric of the internet.
Information as a disease, I don't know if I follow.
Think about it, we live in a world that's drowning in information, you know, data, opinions, narratives, all fighting for our attention.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in all that noise.
And in that chaos, something like graft paste can thrive. It can mutate, spread, and corrupt our perceptions.
Manipulate our beliefs.
Transform us into something else.
So you're saying Mike's obsession with uncovering hidden truths led him to this information virus?
It's possible. You know, Mike was fascinated by Doza Crew's music, their exploration of technology and its impact on society.
Right. What if their music wasn't just entertainment, but a warning?
What if Mike stumbled upon something he shouldn't have, something that infected him and ultimately consumed him?
That's a scary thought. So where does Kairam fit into all of this?
That's the big question. Is he part of this information virus, or is he trying to help us understand what happened to Mike?
Is he a friend or an enemy?
A savior or a gatekeeper? We need to look at his actions, those cryptic audio messages he's leaving behind.
Right. Let's talk about episode 310. Oat or what?
Or what?
In German.
This episode focuses on an unreleased Doza Crew album that seems to be directly connected to Mike's Waffen Facts.
Right. It's like a secret diary full of thoughts, ideas, and experiments that connect Mike's world to the world Doza Crew is creating through their music.
They're blurring the lines between fiction and reality.
Yeah, there's Dujinan with those distorted voices, and Tudo Funk, which actually seems to have recordings from Hirschwarden's bunker.
And then there's Neon Gelb.
Yeah.
The cover art has Mike on it under the alias Mamatio.
Right. He's in a forest conducting a weapons test.
Clearly, he's more than just a fan of their music.
Yeah, it suggests that Mike's involved in their creative process, maybe using their music to spread his message.
To warn us about what he's found.
Exactly. And don't forget that recurring theme of D-Not.
D-Not. It's in both Doza Crew and Novat Pack material. Right, it's this insatiable desire, this driving force that consumes both Mike and Guard.
What do you think D-Not represents?
Maybe that hunger for knowledge, for power, for something that ultimately destroys them. A warning that even the pursuit of truth can be dangerous.
So we've got Mike collaborating with Doza Crew, maybe trying to warn us about this information virus, this graft paste, and this D-Not. But where does that leave us? What are we supposed to do with all this?
That's the question we're left with at the end of season 3, the final episode, Timeout, is this haunting montage of images and sounds, a glimpse into the chaos that's been unleashed, and a promise that the story isn't over.
Right. The final lines of the episode are, Season 4 beckons the hard drive gold. Will the truth be found of long and so? A glimpse of a darkness we can't comprehend, and the mystery unfolds. Will it ever end? It's a tease for what's to come, but also a reminder of how high the stakes are.
It gives me chills just thinking about it.
So what are your final thoughts? What do you think season 4 has in store for us?
I think we'll dive even deeper into the mystery surrounding Mike's disappearance, the true nature of graft paste, and what role Kyrem plays in all of this.
Maybe we'll finally get some answers.
Maybe, but I have a feeling those answers will just lead to more questions.
That's what keeps us coming back for more, right? The mystery, the feeling that we're on the verge of uncovering something huge, even if it scares us a little bit.
It's the thrill of the unknown.
Well, there you have it, folks. That was our deep dive into the strange and mysterious world of Mike's Waffen Facts. Season 3. We'll be back soon to explore more of your favorite podcasts and internet rabbit holes. Until then, stay curious and stay vigilant out there in the digital wilderness.